yo. What's good, gang? Got another impromptu show. We're going to get right into it. Let me send these invites because I don't have long. I got to get ready to go to this appointment. But guess what? Let me send these invites out because some people, they tapped in with me. They said, hey, you need to fire up a show real quick. We need to talk about this. I said, all right, that's exactly what we're going to do. Let me get this link up. Let me hit everybody up who want to tap in. Boom, copy that. First of all, let's start with this. We're gonna drop this in the chat. Boom. Then we're gonna go to. Let me get everybody else up in here. Boom. Drop that down. Let's get everybody up in here so we can get this discussion popping real quick. Boom. Boom, boom, boom. And okay, got that. All right, man. Now let's bring up this tweet real quick, man. Let's bring up this tweet. Let's talk about this real quick. We're gonna keep the show real short today. Let's see here. Who dropped that? Oh, boom, 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 boom. Oh, there, I'm putting mine in. Wrong one. Boom, boom, boom. Let me drop that. Come here. Where'd it go? Boom. Okay, so there it is. Oh, snap. We done got Gerald up in the house finally. Oh, snap. He ain't in the car? Uh-oh. With Gerald not in the car, somebody getting fired today. Is it? Oh, no.
I can't hear Gerald. I can't hear him.
All right, let me
there you go.
Let me share this real quick so y'all can see.
Yeah, Gerald in his little spot. Okay.
All right, guys. That's what we're talking about right now. That's what we're talking about. This tweet right here from Hawks Fan TV, who is, just in case y'all didn't know, and I didn't know till the season started, that the person behind this page is an actual real reporter. He actually be in the post-game press conferences, so he got the credentials. So he said he spoke to a person close to the situation and have learned that a heated argument between player and Nate McMillan took place at morning shoot-around. I don't even know why they arguing at morning shoot-around. They need to be shooting the ball. Seems like players have vocalized their discontent about Nate McMillan to the front office. Let me tell you something right here, man. I'm going to tell you something straight up. I'm going to tell you something about me, man. Stuff like this, I don't like stuff like this. And I'm only saying this because I don't know the details, right? But I don't like stuff like this. Call me because I was former Army. But I don't like stuff like this. I don't like when people go around that don't go up the proper chain of command, because what happens is you end up backdooring people. You know what I'm saying? And then depending on what your relationship you have with said player or person, now once shit hit the fan, that relationship is tarnished forever, because you hit that person will no longer trust you. And actually you can no longer, you probably can't even work for them or play for them anymore. Or to say let's use Nate McMillan for example. You probably don't want to coach them no more. Not them, but the person who went and talked to the front office. Because I could tell whoever went to the front office, they didn't tell Nate they was gonna say something. Because if they did, then this stuff like this never happens. Okay. Now I don't know about y'all, but in the military, you got to use your chain of command. Now, I may not, the person, say I'm complaining about my supervisor. I don't have to tell my supervisor why I want to see his boss. I just have to let the supervisor know, like, hey, I need to speak with your boss. Got it? And then if he says why, I'd be like, it's a personal matter. But most of the time, when you tell your supervisor you want to talk to their boss, they already know why you want to talk to them. because y'all probably already had a back and forth.
Yep.
But on this right here, Nate didn't see this coming, because if he knew they was going to talk about him, then there's no heated argument about somebody going to the front office. So, like I said earlier, starts with the freaking front office guys when it comes to building your organization. That's why I give them majority of the blame, because they don't know how to run an efficient front office, an efficient, hold on, let me my boy OG Chauncey. OG up in the building. Talk to me, Chauncey, because hey, Chauncey is the one that hit me up and informed me what was going on, because me and analysts had just finished a show. And then I got that hit from Chauncey. What's your thoughts on that, big dog?
The only reason why I don't know how credible everything is. It's just that, but I just, if you want to operate on the premise of where there's smoke, there's fire. I mean, it'd be crazy just for all this shit to connect the dots. What supposedly happened at practice this morning, and then all these guys out or questionable. Like, they only got 7 freaking players. They got to have 8. They got to have 8. If they don't have 8, shit, they may have to reschedule the game. I mean, unless they bring up somebody from the damn over here in College Park. I don't know, man. So
yeah, they're gonna have to call some people up from College Park, man.
So I mean,
hey, they really only got 7 players?
Yeah, we went over the injury report. Phil, you weren't in here?
What they'll probably do?
You was in here earlier, right, Phil? When we was going over the roster.
I caught the ass end of the live, but then I seen Chauncey post in either New Pack City or Atlanta Hawk Nation. I didn't know what the hell Chauncey was talking about, but I was just like, 7 players. I was like, for real?
They got 7 healthy players. They got 4 guys listed as questionable. 5 guys.
Okay.
Probably do is you got Bogey. They upgraded Bogey to questionable. Bogey, Trey, Kaminsky, Jalen Johnson, and one more person. Capella.
What they'll probably do is, which Capella not playing, because Capella winning that shoot around, he not playing, and he missing games because of his mouth, and now he's talking about his foot. He's not playing. But
okay. Where the blow up? Okay, so now we narrowed it down. Where the blow up wasn't with him. So if there was a blow up, it wasn't with him.
Right. I think what they'll do is they'll end up doing what the Heat did. The Heat were in the same situation a couple of games ago. They activated a player but didn't play him because he wasn't healthy. So I think what they'll do is they'll probably say a guy like Kaminsky can go or JJ can go when they really can't go, just not to forfeit or postpone the game until a later date.
What the fuck happened between Orlando and now?
No, check it, right? Check it.
Bro, this has been brewing.
The people that's questionable, they can actually play. It's just about, do you want them to play? Is their injury bad enough? Well, first of all, like this. Is the game that important for them to play? If the answer is no, then you don't really have to play them. But they can sit on the bench. So questionable doesn't mean out. So like Collins, Hunter,
right,
they're out.
They out. Yeah.
They gonna be in street clothes. There's 2 more people out. Dang it, who was it? Oh, Forrest is out.
Forrest is out, and
it's one more person.
How he out? He don't even really play.
He must have got hurt carrying. Hey, Phil, he must have got hurt carrying his luggage or something.
Hey, for real.
You slipped and fell in the hotel or something.
Slipped and fell in the shower or something like that.
Yeah,
because he don't even play. So I mean, we can suit up 7 dudes. Toronto played us with 7 dudes. So
Martin available too, right?
Yeah, Martin.
Okay.
So you got Martin, Vic, Jared Culver. Now let's think of the starters: Murray,
Aaron,
AJ. Who'd you say, analyst?
Aaron
Holiday. So that's 6. Wait, we only got one fucking starter that can play today. God,
One Murray.
So Murray, I'm
Jesus
thinking.
Damn,
I think.
hold on.
I think the
All of the starters out except for Murray.
I think the starters
Collins is out.
Right.
Hunter's out. They in street.
Right.
Trey is questionable.
But he got something on his shoulder, so I don't know.
Yeah, but you know he always had a jacked up shoulder.
Yeah.
You see when
he got messed up. I think last year, right?
Yeah, you see when he come out the game, they wrap his shoulder up in ice. So, I'm not surprised by that.
They shoot too much.
Yeah,
I think it'll be.
They soft as the living room sofa. These soft ass motherfuckers, bro.
I think what it'll be. They've
been healthy for a long time, though. I give them that. They've been healthy for a long time, outside like one or two players.
This was bound to happen.
Jesus, yeah, this is gonna happen at some point.
I was gonna say that.
What Lance Stevenson at? Shit.
That man ain't in the league.
He a free agent.
Hey, I wasn't feeling you really on that Cousins thing, but hey man, we might need to go ahead and call him, bro. Go ahead and call Cousins, man. See what he up to.
What's up, Lou? Talk to me, dog. You see that? You see that tweet up there, man? What's your thoughts on that?
It could be a good thing because passion breeds this type of anger, and you can only yell at someone you love like this. So to me, it's not necessarily a loss to locker room, but if they don't all then turn it around and go in the right direction, then it'll be for naught. It's like getting a technical. It's a negative to create a positive. So I don't know who leaked it out though, man. Our shit keeps getting leaked, and I don't think that's how championship teams do. You can't be this loose-lipped about shit.
I wouldn't say.
I think certain things that get leaked, but I think a lot of stuff has been kept in house. I put it like this: like a lot of people were speculating on that John and Trey stuff for the longest until it hit that moment with the film session.
That's true.
But before that, to be honest, from my opinion, I had been seeing them have some weird exchanges that whole time because I think the year before the playoff run, I think I remember watching either the highlight rerun and or during the game, and I think it might have been either it was one of them games where they at first put on their peach the peach jerseys, and I remember Trey took a crazy shot, and I remember the mic catching John Collins telling him, damn man, I'm just telling you, man, it wasn't a good shot. And I was just like, oh snap. You know what I'm saying? So a lot of stuff been kept in house. I think a little bit of stuff or big things probably break out at certain points. But hey, I'm all for the info, man, because it at least let us know, like, hey man, what the hell going on? Because on the court, you can kind of tell something going on too.
Well, Demar, what did I say the other day?
I mean, is it mutiny?
Motherfuckers got mad at me when I said this.
Is it mutiny? Is it all the guys don't like the coach? Is that what y'all think?
Well, I don't know.
I've been saying this. I've been saying that Nate lost the locker room for the long. I've been saying they want this man gone.
Hold on, what you say, Chauncey? What you say, Chauncey?
I said when Lloyd Pierce got fired, right at 2 years ago, I said within 3 to 5 years, everybody gonna be gone except for goddamn Ray. You want me to start?
He did say it.
I mean, he did say it. I was there when he said it, bro.
I said everybody gonna be gone except Ray. Look,
I was there, man.
Lord,
check it out, though. Check it out.
Go ahead.
To me, I don't think it was Trey because Nate let Trey do whatever he wants. Okay, we saw that when he blew Nate off that timeout. And Nate didn't do shit. So we know Trey do what he want to do. So I don't even know why Trey's dad even complains on Twitter. Because Trey does
Trey's dad ain't got nothing better to do, bro.
He does whatever Trey does whatever he wants to do.
That man don't work. That man
okay. So who do you think who had a real legit complaint about how the offense is ran? Who would say something?
Somebody that ain't getting used and sitting on the perimeter.
I would say John Collins.
I would say John Collins.
I would say John. I would say John. Hunter seemed a little bit too quiet.
Yeah.
Hunter seems like he'll just take whatever.
Yeah.
I would say either John.
Y'all don't think it's Murray?
Murray just got
Confrontational like
this.
that.
Shit.
Murray
Hey,
from
it could be
Seattle.
though. It could be. It could be.
Maybe from Seattle and so is
Capella when
Murray.
they at shoot around. Capella to that whole icing his little foot after he done got off from dinner. Man, Capella did the pack up to get out of Atlanta, bro. He did the pack up to get out of Atlanta.
So who's gonna put that center? You see how we look for 2 games without him?
Anybody that tell me a Conwoo is our starting center, I just throw. Whatever they say after that.
I never said that.
It's slim pickings out here at center, man. That's just the real. That's just the realness of it. It's slim pickings.
Alex, you smoke weed?
Analysts only 15, man. Hey, stay up the Hey, OG, you're not finna contaminate my young homie right here. Analyst.
Hey, hold on, analyst 15.
Analyst, don't.
Boy, you work full time already, boy.
Analyst, don't do drugs. Don't do drugs. Hey, how you gonna answer that, Chance? He got on his Jesus hat too, man. You foul.
Jesus ain't grown for the earth anyway. Shit.
Hey, Jesus made the weed though.
Hey, don't be honest. Analysts, be drug free. Be drug free. Okay? Hey, this is a drug free show right here. None of us up here do any type of recreational drugs. Okay.
So
the hell.
Hey, Damon, does this get resolved? Does this get resolved with this unit, or does the front office have to make moves now?
Well, you know what, Lou? Like I was saying, man,
they get fired this weekend.
I said this. What I said. This is what I said, Nate. I mean, Lou. Tell me if you follow me. If you give me your thoughts on my thought process. And I went back to my military ways, and Chauncey know what I'm talking about. What I can't stand when people jump the chain of command.
Yep.
Okay. So, but I don't have a problem with one of my subordinates informing me that they want to speak to my boss because they didn't like the way that I handled their issue. I have no problem with. You could by that tweet. When I read it, that tells me somebody went behind Nate's back
because he
told the front office. The front office went and told her, and this is why you don't skip the chain, because all it does is come back down. So the front office told Nate. Nate probably felt some type of way about it. That's why he said something at the shoot around about, hey, if you went to whoever talked to the front office, woo, you know, he probably said, you know, I didn't like that. I wish somebody would have came to me first, woo. And then somebody probably said, well, we tried to talk to you and it didn't work, blah, 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 blah. You never skip the chain. You go through the chain and then you avoid shit like this. But it also shows you how you handle your business like a grown-ass man. I'm not going to go by. And you know what, Lou? And like we tell the soldiers, and I know Chauncey and them, they told the sailors this. If you skip the chain, it's just going to come back down anyway. What you think my boss going to do? My boss going to talk to me. Yeah, my boss gonna talk to me about the situation.
Now, Damon, he put that real eloquently. I'm coming in practice just like this. Which one of y'all fuck niggas done went up there and fuck shit?
Well, I wouldn't have said it like that. Guess what? When I come into work, Lou, when I come into work and my boss says, AT, let me talk to you. And he said, AT, analyst came and talked to me and said A, B, C, and D, right? So then I'm like, my first thing in my head, while he talking, it's all blah, blah, blah now. Because I'm in my head, I'm like, why analysts didn't you come tell me this? Or it's why analysts didn't tell my boss what I did to help solve the issue. You see what I'm saying? So
I'll say this. Well, go ahead.
Hold on, let me say this, Phil, and let me get Lou to respond. Lou, if I did you like that, if you my boss and I go above your head to talk to your boss about how you running things, do you feel like you can still be my boss non-biased? You heard me, Lou?
Yeah.
Do you feel you can still be my boss non-biased? And the second part is, if you was the subordinate and you did that to me, do you feel like you can still get fair treatment from me as your boss, even though you went behind my back?
So this is my answer to that. Is that, and I'll even use Nate's name specifically.
I'm upstairs, Papa.
If Nate, I don't know who's eating, but they're chewing right onto the mic.
Say that again, Luke.
Somebody's chewing right on the mic.
Hey, get off the mic.
Hey, but anyway, so this is my thing: is if Nate had control, and that happened, then he should be able to smooth that out no matter what. But if he's feeling like he's losing shit, then he's gonna react like a cornered a person, and he's gonna lash out and do things the wrong way, right? And so I think this speaks a lot of the situation. Like if what we're hearing is not really what happened, and Nate is able to get this guy back on the same page, but we all know that Nate doesn't have a page. That's what we're all here complaining about. There's no page, so this could be a bigger issue.
Okay.
Gotta go.
I wouldn't give up. Excuse me. I wouldn't give a flying fuck what type of page I got. None of you motherfuckers ain't finna go snitching, bro. I don't trust you. I don't need you around me. I don't like you. And guess what? I don't give a damn what you say about me right at this point.
Well,
it probably went down like that.
It's supposed to be. It's supposed to be. And listen, I don't want us thinking that the Atlanta Hawks just have this big bad behind the scenes issue. This goes on in 29 other organizations, whether we want to believe it or not. I'll say this.
Why is ours getting out?
I mean, why did
bootleg TV want some followers?
Bro, let me say this. Right? Let me say this. You know, you could ask why did the video get leaked of Jordan Poole getting punched? Why did Ime Udoka get leaked? Why did Josh Primo get leaked? So it's a lot of stuff that you can ask. All I'm saying is that I believe whoever got into it with Nate, fine, right? When they went to whether it was Travis, Landry, Dan, or whoever in the front office, okay, and they told, listen, Nate is not, you know, he's not hearing me on this issue, or he's not doing this, he's not doing that. Me personally, I believe the front office has already been talking to Nate about his relationship with the guys. They already been talking to Nate about certain situations on the court. So I don't think it's a surprise to the front office. I don't think, you know, it's snitching in a way. I feel like you're supposed to be connected on all cylinders at all times, whether it's Nate with the front office, Nate with the players, front office and the players. Because at the end of the day, let's be real here, you know, Travis.
Hold on, hey, go ahead.
Well, I was just gonna say, Travis still, you know, if the person went to Travis, because Travis is president, if the person went to Travis, right, and Travis is like, okay, well, what do you want me to do about it? I'm not gonna fine them. I'm not gonna suspend them. And you know, if we perform bad, you know, bad enough, we will fire him. But I'm not firing him because of you. I'm firing him because of what we have assessed. Then, you know, it's almost in a way it's pointless. But I think I'll finish off with this. I think this is just showing that if this is true, which I very well think this is true, I think this is showing the frustration with the players with Nate, and whether it's personal or not, I think it's showing that the players are frustrated with his voice and what he's instructed them to do.
I got
let me make a quick point right quick. Let me make a quick point real quick.
How familiar does this sound?
Bro, Sharif Cooper can't even jump up to Nate.
How familiar does this sound?
Sound real familiar.
Sound real familiar, though.
Yeah. But hold on.
That's 2 coaches in 3 years now.
Hey, hold on. But let me mention this, because it made me think about what Brad was talking about on Locked On Hawks this morning, right? Him and Tyler Jones. And so one thing that he, like, what it sounded like, you know what I'm saying, you got a player that went and talked, had a heated exchange with Nate, right? Because he done went above his head to the execs with up. And I know DeMond was over there saying, you know, it's, you know, if you know anything about chain of command, you know what I'm saying, you're supposed to follow chain of command. I know that person. I think I got in trouble at work one time because I went over the boss head because he wasn't doing nothing though. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, hey man, you ain't listening. I need to talk to somebody that's gonna listen. But I understand that people are gonna take that a certain way, you get in trouble. But either way though, what tripped me out though was it made me think about what Brad had said. And what Brad was talking about was because in the conversation, he was like, you know, as far as, and I'm gonna just assume that this may be concerning the offense, right? Because we all have had problems looking at the offense. It's either stagnant or whatever, right? We all got our own opinions on it. So if it is about the offense, something that Brad said was like, what's crazy is we're watching the game and watching the offense not be as efficient as it should, whether it's just poor shooting or not enough ball movement or not enough people moving, period. People just standing around watching. You know what I'm saying? It's basically a Trey offense. Hey, if you get a good pick, he's going to make a play. And if he can't do it, he'll pass it over to Murray and try to do the same thing. But what he was saying was if you hear Nate in the press conference, Nate will mention that they need to do better on the offense and give the schematics or whatever. Probably won't go into deep detail, but I've heard it. But he'll mention it as far as like, yeah, we need to do this to do that. But then when it comes game time,
Nate's a liar.
you just let you let everything just run the same. And so that's what I'm thinking. Like maybe somebody on the team was like, "Hey man, buddy, know the offense ain't working, but he won't do nothing. Let me go holler at somebody because we done told him."
I mean, why would Nate lie?
Because I done heard him cuss them damn players out at the game.
But either way though, whether we know he lying or not, something ain't happening. The players ain't either doing what he's saying or he ain't enforcing it.
Lost the locker room.
That ain't no.
Bro, whether that means whether Nate is right for losing the locker room or wrong or whether the players are wrong for losing the locker room, if that's the case, the bottom line is he lost the locker room.
Okay, I can go for that.
I won't say it that much, but it's looking like it.
Well, I understand if that's the situation.
Mm-hmm.
Again, the players, if you're not listening to a coach, then I give that to the players, because obviously I think the players should listen to the coach, okay? But if that's the case, whether it's the players or the coach, you still lost the locker room, and either you need to fix it or we're gonna have to move on, because I'm not gonna sit here and wait until you can find your way back to the locker room.
Hey, and that's what I've been thinking so far now, because I've been looking this season. This season might be trash.
How many coaches we gonna go through?
I'll say this. Hold on. Last point. Because this had to do with like last night, which I was talking about before when I was trying to get on. Damn, that Travis Slank. But it just seemed like I think Nate was never picked to be the head coach, but he just happened to take over and the Hawks took off. And so they were like, damn, well, maybe he got the team where it needed to be. But I think after seeing everything shake out, other teams catching on to our pick and roll, the offense not advancing or improving on what we saw happen in last year's playoffs, I think it's become a stalemate. And Nate was never the coach to really uplift this team offensively anyway. I just think because taking the truth, he just took over and we were still running Lloyd Pierce, but I think the team probably just had a better morale because they weren't getting along with Pierce.
Okay.
But it's like,
let me go to do it before, because I'm gonna have to get off here in a minute. Let me go do an uncut version.
Here we go.
Them motherfuckers didn't like Lloyd Pierce.
Right.
Okay. That's a known fact. They didn't like Lloyd Pierce. They had a problem with Lloyd Pierce. They wanted Lloyd Pierce ass out of here so bad. All these same motherfuckers, they promoted for Nate to do it. Nate took 3 days. Y'all know if y'all remember it or not. Nate took 3 days before he decided to take the job. Remember that?
That's a great point. That's a great point.
3 days before
we didn't want him either.
He didn't want the job. So he said, okay, fuck it. I'm going to do it for the rest of the year. But they had that magical run. So the players decided then, we're going to listen to this coach at least for a half a season because we hated that other coach so bad. Now, here it is, less than 2 years later. Now it's the coach again. Okay.
I got
Yeah,
Okay.
this what happens when when kids are sick of their dad, so they go to their grandfather's house.
Yeah,
They
yeah,
over there for a minute.
yeah.
Then they sick of his rules and
Yeah.
they sick of his sternness. So they're like, oh no, I gotta get the hell up out of here too. This ain't granddad ain't the move. Okay,
Well,
so I gotta move on to somebody who's closer to my age group or
yeah.
somebody who understands the millennial workforce. Because this is the job.
Somebody mentioned Stan Van Gundy. Boy, please, Stan Van Gundy was last
No,
10 minutes.
no, not Stan Van Gundy.
eBay Udoka.
But
eBay
this
Udoka. The eBay.
what happened was Nate. What John Collins call him? The Surge or Sarge? You know what I'm saying? He a drill sergeant. You can only do that on young dudes so long before they rebel
He
and say, you
is?
know what?
Hold
I
on,
ain't
hold on.
putting
Pierce or
up with
Nate?
that.
They
No,
said,
Pierce or Nate
Nate.
was a drill sergeant.
they
Nate,
said that about
Nate.
Lloyd
Nate
too.
is not a drill sergeant. He a player coach.
man, Nate look like he don't tell them boys to do
Nate,
nothing but go out there and
bro,
Hey,
go.
y'all.
Y'all said
Hey, yo, yo, yo,
y'all
yo,
said that
yo.
about Trey, but that's not the rest of the team.
Yo. Hey, family. Hey, your boy got to run. I got to go get my hair cut. You know, I got to be fly.
Damn, the man.
You know, I got to be. Yeah, I know.
I gotta
I got to be fly for the watch along tonight. Hey, tap in. Hey, we doing a watch along tonight for the night's game because this shit gonna be hilarious to say the
Somebody gonna get
least.
swung on. Somebody gonna get swung
Hey.
on tonight.
Tap in with it.
Somebody gonna get swung on tonight.
I should be back in time for the watch along, but y'all keep it going. New moderator,
Oh, okay.
Lou Starsky, the producer in the background, he got it. So I'll tap in with y'all, family.
all right.
All right.
Yep.
So this is my thing, right? Y'all hear me?
Yeah.
So the biggest issue, that's why you cannot have a team full of young players without any veteran leadership in the locker room. No matter what coach you bring in, a coach is not supposed to be there to make things easy for you all the time. If it was easy for you all the time, you're never gonna get any better at any part of your game.
Yep.
So
That's not Nate's goal
there's
anyway.
there's gonna be point, but you gotta have that veteran leadership so that the message is still consistent whether Nate's around or not, or whoever the head coach is. And it also helps hold the players accountable. You can't be acting spoiled every time you pissed off with a coach. Because you make $100-200 million, you can get them out of there. Like eventually, like enough's enough. Like, for instance, if you put a relationship wise, if I'm gonna just say men because I don't want to sound sexist. If a man in a relationship and he keeps every 3 months he in a different relationship. Eventually, the girl can't be the problem after so many women, right?
Right.
It's got to be you. How many coaches we gonna do?
I'll say this to your point.
Okay, so wait.
You either need a
Girl,
veteran presence
you just
or you
went
need a coach
around.
that's really gonna come in and enforce something.
Bro,
I don't think we had a coach besides Pierce, but I don't think we had that coach to really come in and really lead.
We don't
But at the same time, it's to your point though.
We don't have that critical veteran leadership that enforces the coach's message.
That's true too.
Well, I got a question.
And
I got a question. Aside from Kenny Atkins, who else?
And somebody turn their volume down, I think.
Matt said he's back, by the way, Lou.
Okay.
I want to say this. By the way, Jiro, that was a beautiful way of going around everything.
What
You indirectly said that this was Trae Young because you were like,
Trae is fake, but I'm saying the players. Period.
You were like,
just said Trae. Now Trae gonna get the rep as coach killer. He can get that, but I was talking about all the players. I would have just said Trae 5 minutes. Just Trae.
Yeah. That don't just hang on Trae. That's all the time.
No.
He the man, but yeah.
You were like making $100-200 million. You were like, how long we gonna look at you like this dude talking about Trae Young? But anyway, I got what you're saying. But here's what I'm saying, right? I have been an advocate of what Travis has done for a while. I have been a non-advocate of his coaching hires. I think if you bring in a guy, I do agree that you need a veteran player. That's why earlier in the other show we talked about Dwayne Dedman.
Mm-hmm.
So, but I think if you bring in a guy, I'm gonna throw out his name because he's the hottest name on the market right now, Ime Udoka. Okay, I think if you bring in a guy like that, I think he fixes a lot of the issues that we have, in my opinion. Number one, he's gonna bring an identity to the ball club. He's gonna bring that hard work, and you're gonna play defense every night. No BS. You're gonna do what I say, right? He's gonna get on you, and you have to understand he's gonna establish it's tough love. You know, we all in here for the same goal. I was watching the video, and after the Eastern Conference Finals, and they were pouring water, he was like, "Hey, bro, don't pour water on me. We don't hang no Eastern Conference Finals banners. We hang championship banners." So, you know, like, you need someone with that mentality to come into the organization, say, "Okay, I can bring these assistant coaches. Let's get in here. We're gonna do this consistently every night. We're not gonna win every game, but and we may have these disagreements behind the scenes, but we're not doing this whole thing where you think you run stuff. Yes, Trey, you're the franchise player, but you know Tatum and Brown weren't running over him. He was like, hey." Even when they were going,
they were.
So they were.
No, it wasn't until Marcus Smart opened his mouth that they started falling in line.
No. He got there and he sold them. They didn't take the message right away, but he sold them the message of, hey, I'm gonna be on y'all the hardest. And they didn't mind him pushing them, but they didn't like it. Yes, they didn't like him when he used to get on them and bench him until the second half of the season. So he was like, hey, bro, are y'all gonna be for real? Let this stuff get in y'all head, or y'all gonna listen to me, buy into what I'm telling you, and let's see where it goes, bro. It was a What? Why do you think Ime Udoka has the name Ime Udoka? Like the roster wasn't really that special. They didn't really make no like their best.
Hell, it still ain't that special when you look at it.
I agree with that.
So what I'm saying is that Ime was the one that implemented his way, and when he implemented his way,
what do you got, Joe?
Those guys bought in.
All right, so analysts, look, I could, if Ime didn't get suspended for what he got suspended for, then I would be all for what you're saying, because he would still have the credibility with whoever, wherever he would go to. Now, if you gotta trust a person off the court before you even trust them on the court.
That's okay. Gerald, we had an impasse. We got to take that chance.
No.
Hey, it ain't that bad of a choice, man. I mean, wasn't supposed to get out the way it is. You know what I'm saying? Boston actually made that more of a problem than the Hawks organization probably would. Like, if he out here messing with some chicks in Buckhead, that ain't gonna be that big of an issue.
No, you can't sleep with one of your.
Oh, well, that's true. That's
what I'm saying.
That's true.
Like, you can't.
When Atlanta had the issue with Brandon Goodwin with the vaccine, they didn't put it out. I mean, obviously it got out eventually, but they didn't put it out. I know it's different. I'm just saying. I think I agree with that.
Well, that's true too. I forgot about that.
But the thing, if he was, of course, he married or whatnot. If it was some randoms, at Magic City or whatever club they got out, that's different.
Are you justifying it by the?
Hey, he got more exquisite taste, man. He got taste.
No, what I'm
Gerald, it wouldn't have got out if he was messing with some random women. It wouldn't have got out.
Well, what I'm saying is this. Let me finish. You don't do it to one of your. Everybody in the NBA is a fraternity,
right?
You don't do it to one of your fraternity brothers, so to speak. You don't do that. If DeMond was here, he would say you don't.
Like Derek Fisher.
Yeah, you don't do that.
But it wasn't. I mean, I would if it was Jason. If it was Jason Tatum girl or something like that, I might got a problem with that. But we talking about somebody in finance or marketing, executive vice president.
You don't do. It's too many women out here, bro. You don't do it to anybody that is on that Celtics payroll. If they on the same, if you and that person get y'all check signed by the same guy,
Yeah.
you don't betray that person
No,
like that.
Gerald got a
Gerald,
point. Gerald got a point. It's a zero tolerance on that.
Yeah.
Gerald, in a normal circumstance, I
players
would
mess
agree with
up,
you.
man.
In a normal circumstance, Gerald, I would agree with you 100%. But in this particular situation, we need him, so it's different. I'm willing to bend my moral code,
You thinking about just straight basketball.
Exactly.
Remember, when I talk to y'all, I talk probably 40% from basketball, but I talk 60% from the business side of the game. So on the business side, you got a whole lot of people there's a lot of married folks that go to the game and all that. You got to remember when these celebrities mess up that we patronize their services or whatnot. You got to think what demographics, we connect with them with. That man slept with a fellow employee's wife. How you think, man? If the Hawks hire him, bro, it's gonna be a lot of people that's gonna push back and say, so y'all promoting.
Hold on, wait, Gerald.
Y'all promoting fraternizing.
But hold on, wait, but Gerald, ain't this the same team? Gerald, ain't this the same team who made a whole marketing campaign off of Ashley Madison?
What you talking about with that?
Huh?
What you talking about with that?
The Hawks, they made a whole marketing campaign off of Ashley Madison, trading your jersey and having an affair for one night. With
Jesus.
Are you talking about the tender night?
No,
that's another one.
A couple years ago, it was a big thing about Ashley Madison. It was an online website where dudes were executives.
Oh yeah, people getting caught cheating and stuff. Yeah.
The Hawks made a whole marketing campaign.
Hey, but
I get
big spin right here is with Aduka is is someone who's kind of strategizing like that in his life and on the court. That's the type of that's the high level thinking that you need to be
right
when you out there on
the court. How I'm gonna trust you on the court as
right.
my coach.
Look at the result, Gerald. Look at the results.
What?
Look at Gerald. He had all that going on in his personal life, and he still took him to the finals.
Matt, he took him to the finals, but there was an Eastern Conference Finals team before he got there. That's like saying, well, that's like saying they got to the first round of the playoffs because we didn't make the playoffs the year before.
But Gerald, he got them over the hump.
Yeah,
but he didn't get over the hump. He didn't win.
They got a little further than what they was because they was falling off. They was supposed to be a lottery. I ain't gonna say a lottery team.
Yeah,
they were supposed to be terrible.
And then
he got a lot of use out of a lot of people.
Yeah,
that's true. But there's another thing. You're giving 1 year of a sample size. You're giving 1 year. Imagine this. If Nate would have got in trouble for the same thing and got suspended after he took us to the Eastern Conference Finals, folks would be talking the same way about Nate as you are about Udoka.
You got a point.
So
I'm saying, Gerald, it's up to the individual team to decide whether they're willing to take that risk or not. And I'm saying for us, for where we are right now, we can take that risk.
You're gonna lose too much money. That's why the
we ain't gonna lose no money. They ain't gonna lose no money. They gonna lose no money.
Gerald.
They ain't gonna lose no money.
You think these fans like Demond who saying I'll do anything to win a championship.
Why you gotta throw the money
about that?
Say what?
You think these Hawks loyalists who's been fans since the 90s or early 2000s really would care that much about what he did? Because let's be frank.
The boss said he take us to the finals.
I got the perfect rebuttal when you finish.
It's morally wrong, Gerald. I think everybody can agree it's morally wrong. There's codes and stuff you're not supposed to do. However, at the end of the day, some people they only care about on the court, and on the court he got them from 2 games from the NBA Finals. We so far away from that some people may be willing to bend their moral code to get there.
It depends, though. I think this one's a little bit too high in the code area. It's different when you do something morally wrong, but when you break a code with your quote-unquote fraternity member, which the NBA is, that kind of puts it on a whole different level.
Just fatten up his contract with a whole bunch of restrictions.
So Lou, would
What up?
you care? Would you would you be opposed, right? Because Gerald, your problem is morally, right? You're morally opposed to bringing.
I'm
My
not a
problem
moralist.
is he broke the code.
I'm not a
Not the
moralist.
moral. He broke the code.
I'm not a moralist, and I don't think I think the code that he broke was with his wife, and I think it's tough, but he didn't hurt nobody. He just had that much love to give. and honestly, I think like I said, I want my coach to be on a level of winning, of constantly thinking of look, if he thinks that's what it takes to be more successful or extra successful is to be able to also bag this other woman, then whatever, he's got to feed that ego, and I need an ego. You think Phil Jackson was a nice guy?
Let me ask you this.
Jackson was a nice guy.
Let me ask you this: if you was a player on the Hawks and you was married, would you trust your coach if it was Ime around your wife?
Yeah, because he didn't get another player's wife. He got an executive wife. He didn't get no player's. No, it's
Hold on.
different.
This is my thing.
Hey, Gerald, he didn't get a.
He didn't go up to what's her name? That British chick. What's her name?
Hold on. Her husband didn't work for the Celtics though, did he?
Hey, Jason Tatum, I need her real quick. He didn't do that. He didn't Derek Fisher her.
Hold on, her husband didn't work for the Celtics though, right? She worked for the Celtics. He didn't, right?
I had froze out. What y'all say?
You talking about Udoka?
Yeah. The chick that he messed with. The chick. The chick that he messed with. Her husband doesn't work for the Celtics, does she?
Yeah.
I mean, does he?
Her husband is.
He did. Okay.
Her husband is a finance executive for the Celtics.
Okay. I had it back. Well, I totally get what Gerald's saying on this. I totally get it. But however, but this is the thing though. This would be my thing on it. I would you can't cross that line with your coworkers and stuff. It's a no-fly zone, zero tolerance, like all of that. Like can't do that. But I would he crossed it with this one chick, right? We don't know who flirted with who first or whatever. But I wouldn't say that. But what I'm saying is I wouldn't think necessarily that he's trying to hit everybody that works within an organization. It may take that right one. You know what I'm saying? But I don't think he's just chasing every one of them though.
Bro,
here's my thing goes. I think he might be
got a problem.
He might not be the right coach for us though. I don't think that we need him. We already
right.
I think Kenny Atkins would be a good coach. I think someone like that who's been here before and now has a different
Ime.
I like Kenny Atkinson, but he didn't get to no finals.
Hey, either way though,
we don't need that right now.
Either way, there's other great coaches or good coaches out here besides Ime. Ime is just one of many. You know what I'm saying? But he ain't the end all be all, man. But I
would interview other people, but I'm saying I wouldn't disqualify him just because of what happened.
Right.
I'm saying
it's a question mark, but
I'm saying that along with him only giving you 1 year of the sample size.
For a year, Gerald.
So what?
He only been a coach for 1 year.
I mean, I understand that. And then here's another thing you got to look at. If you want Udoka to work these magic tricks, we don't have a Jason Tatum or a Jaylen Brown on our team.
Right.
We got
Trey Young and Murray.
We need a Kenny Atkins. We need a good coach.
So we gotta wait. Trey Young.
That's what I was gonna say. That's what I was gonna say. The analyst point.
The system's not gonna it's not going to look the same. He will probably have to change it up because
he got way more
we don't have 5 players that can guard their position on the court.
So okay, Gerald.
He made them guard?
Analyze, Gerald. Is this Hawks team? Is that Boston team that made the finals more talented 1 through 15 than our team 1 through 15? Because I don't think so.
Go 1 through 15. Because 1 through 15 don't play.
1 through 10.
Well, 1 through 9 ain't neither.
1 through 9.
They got about 3 to 4 solid players. 5.
Bro, you got to realize though. So on that team, you got, let's just take Tatum and Brown for one. Tatum's better than Tatum by himself. He's the best player on the court. Okay. Jaylen Brown, well, Trey will be number 2. Jaylen Brown will be 3. But those two together, they're better than any 2 players we got by far. So those 2 players, Jaylen Brown and Jason Tatum, they would damn near account for 3 of our guys.
So you think they're both better than Trey?
I'm saying talent wise.
You think they're both better than Trey?
Jaylen Brown is better than Trae Young.
I said no. I'm Jason Tatum's better than Trae Young, not Jaylen Brown.
I'll say this.
I think that's
Jaylen
debatable,
Brown's
Gerald. I think that's debatable.
Huh?
I think it's close. I think it's debatable.
Yeah, I said.
I think it's more close than that. Yeah.
He'll be.
Can I say,
flat out
hey guys, can I switch gears real quick? Because we have a chance to play this next game with only one front court player in double O. What do y'all think about that?
You know what
I'll let anybody who starts talking go.
You know what I think, bro. What's gonna happen is Madden analysts gonna be looking crazy again, bro.
No, I think we did. No, but no.
He played well. He played well versus Joker last year.
It can't be a double standard. It can't be a double standard.
What do you mean?
Girl, you and the ball be the same ones talking about. Well, all the rebounding ain't Capella. Collins got to do stuff. Murray got to do stuff.
I've never said that. I've never said that. No, Damon say that. I've never said that. I'm more of a purist when it comes to the center position. I feel like your center has to be borderline dominant.
Or tall.
Huh?
Can at least get tall?
Bro, we got injuries, okay? We got injuries, and I'll say this, okay?
If
Clint ain't playing.
If y'all Ungwu is Capella's replacement, he needs to be able to do. Of course, Okongwu got his own skill set, and I appreciate that. But he has to do that and what Capella naturally does best, which is control the board and control the paint.
But Gerald, like I told you last week, his strengths are different from Capella's strengths. So he's great on the perimeter. Capella is great on the boards. It's not they have 2 different strengths.
Yeah,
but at the center
like
position,
Capella on my
which
team.
one's more valuable?
I like Capella on my team. I think he's good enough player where he does more positive than bad.
No,
it depends, Gerald. It depends on how you're playing. If you're playing for Nate, yeah, Capella's more important. But if you're thinking for the system that we should have next year going forward, Onyeka is the guy that I'm looking for. Capella for right now, yeah, he's cool. But if I'm looking 2-3 years down the line, it's gonna be Onyeka.
But y'all folks were saying that about Okongwu 2-3 years ago.
If we would have gotten DeAndre Ayton in the offseason,
we didn't think Nate was still gonna be here.
Well, we can still get DeAndre Ayton at trade deadline.
Well, I don't know about Ayton because
yes, we can.
If you get him, you might as well trade Onyeka. Because what's the point?
I think Okongwu's ceiling is 6th man of the year.
Gerald, they did not take that man with the 6th overall pick in the draft,
and not get Tyrese Halliburton.
Well,
right.
unless
no one picked it.
Look, unless he goes to the power forward. If he goes to the power forward position, I think he could be an all-star.
Gerald, he's not a power forward.
He can be.
That man is a power forward, bro.
Yeah, what I'm saying is, I know he's a power forward by height. I'm saying his skill set does not fit a power forward. His skill set is more impactful and impressive at the center position.
No, it ain't. We saw that in the 2 games that Capella ain't played.
Gerald, you talk about 2 games out of a whole season,
bro. I'm just saying, like, me personally, y'all know me, I would like to see Capella and Okongwu get more minutes on the floor together. I don't know how y'all feel about the spacing, but we did get a lot better defensively, but I feel like there are certain times in the game where we do go through a little bit of lapses, and I feel like if Okongwu and Capella's in the game, that would erase a lot of that.
I think if the teams are going to, I think if you do have that lineup, have that lineup with Double O and Clint, and the team gives Double O that jumper, I feel more comfortable with him taking that mid-range jumper than I do JC shooting anything. So,
and then Matt, it ain't like Okongwu has to make the jumper 100% of the time. He really just got to. If he
Take it.
just he just need to take them. That's all he got to do. Just take
And
them.
get good at it.
told you with,
So how y'all gonna hate on Frank Kaminsky and Travis when because I'm gonna tie this in real quick.
Frank Kaminsky.
Remember last year in the play-in game when Capella got injured and Okongwu came in, finished out the second half strong. We won that game, but Gorgie Dang came in the game, and when Gorgie Dang took that first 3 of the game, Cleveland was like, "Oh Lord, we gotta account for him out here. He may not always make it, but we gotta account for him out here." So my thing is if the defense can account for Onyeka, okay, if the defense can account for Onyeka, you can play him all over the floor. You can play him all over the floor because at least if he shoots the ball. And listen, tonight I'm actually excited to see us play with the guys we're gonna have tonight. I'm excited to see. Yeah, I'm not happy about the injuries, but I'm excited to see us play shorthanded the way we play with 7 guys on the only available to us. I'm curious to see how hungry we're gonna play. Murray's gonna have to go into that San Antonio mode where he didn't have nobody around him, but he played his game, which made him great and the team great. So I'm gonna need to see Murray step up, AJ step up. Okay, Okongwu, right? Okongwu.
I need 15 rebounds from Okongwu.
Hey, Damon already said it. We're gonna have to game rebound tonight because with Kaminsky being out, that's gonna be another thing.
Do y'all think it's ill-advised for the Hawks to not have anybody above 6'8"? Do y'all think it's ill-advised for the Hawks to not have anybody above 6'8" and the Skyhawks?
Oh, that's a big hole.
Yeah, that's terrible.
That's
terrible.
Now they don't grow. The quality ones over 6'9", they don't grow on trees.
Yeah, so y'all would take a taco fall.
But we do have. I will say,
y'all just want anybody
we do have a mid-level exception that we can use that won't go against the cap. And
who you gonna use it on?
Yeah, like who you gonna use it on that's worth something?
DeMarcus Cousins at this point.
Who?
Huh?
DeMarcus Cousins, Derek Favors, the little dude they just kicked out of Cleveland.
Derek Favors, y'all be clowning Derek Favors because he's 6'9". It's like he's not a 7-footer.
Oh, okay, my bad. I thought he was. What's it? I need about 6'10", 6'10" to 6'11".
I like Derek Favors, but you know how Jared and Devon, we need 7-footers.
Can y'all hear me?
Yeah. I get it.
I had said that the mid-level is only what, $6 million?
Yeah. But
so,
I'm not overpaying for players just to come in and give me backup minutes,
bro. But you got to
the backup.
You wouldn't pay number one, unless a guy's a rookie. You're not a starter's not going to get $1 million. He's going to get paid way more than that. So y'all's expectation level on that's kind of.
How much is Bruno Fernando?
The minimum is $1 million.
How nice would Bruno Fernando look?
You can't do the minimum because the minimum goes in the cap, and then we only $2 million away from being in the tax. That's why I said the mid level, since it doesn't count toward the cap.
Ain't that crazy? Damn, we could have went into the tax, probably, retain Herder, but now we gotta try to not go over the tax to get some low level player that we gotta bring in for hurt players.
Well,
it's just crazy, man.
But
you gotta think about
this. Philip, why?
Don't y'all start on no Travis. I'll defend Travis until we
why
go
would we
home,
go into
bro.
the tax and we got Nate as our coach?
So what?
Yeah,
why would we go into the tax and Nate as our coach?
It don't matter who the coach is. We don't have. We don't have it.
I put like, hey man, that's something I would say to now simply because Nate looking real funny in the light right now. Yeah,
bro,
but before that, you don't know. You don't know what you're gonna get till you go play the game.
Even if it was Udoka at the head coach, we'll
be in the tax today.
Gerald,
who you gonna go get?
Gerald, I guarantee you, if we had a team, if we had a coach that the front office believed in, they would go into the tax.
And go get who? and go get
Yeah,
who?
hold on. You know what? You got a good point.
If
Because they were talking. They were talking.
If we had a coach
Hey.
that Travis believed in, we would have went into the tax.
Hey.
We would have went into the tax with this roster.
No, add Kevin Huerter.
Not necessarily. Not necessarily.
I think so. I think so because
y'all crazy as hell.
No, Gerald, you're getting it mixed up with whether we believe it or whether it would have happened. I think
if they had a coach they believe in, we would have went into the tax.
Because let me tell
not
you
necessarily,
why.
man. I mean, man, not necessarily.
Let me tell you why. Because Travis and Tony Ressler had the conversation. Travis wanted to go into the tax, but he was concerned with Nate. He was concerned because Ressler told Travis, you can go into the tax, but if we go into the tax and we're not competing for a championship, that's your job.
Hold on, let me speak to that. Because hold on. Because
that's
to your point,
Travis trusted a coach.
Because to your point, that's what Brad Rowland was talking about. They were referencing an article by Chris Kirshner last year, where somebody in the high exec was saying that it was kind of like mentioned that once we went into the series against Miami, somebody in the office felt like we were going to be, I guess, for lack of a better way of putting it, we probably were going to lose that series because they didn't trust Nate versus Spoelstra, and that came from the front office.
But
to your point, man, I don't think that really is going to be. I think that may play a part in it, but I think Ressler just don't want to go into the tax unless it's for somebody like KD, Kyrie, or something like that. I think that's where his vision is at. But Travis has tried to build a team greatly, and I think he done did a good job. I think he just missed on the coaching so far.
Right.
But other than that, I don't think Ressler trying to spin on, like, Ressler's vision is the old vision of like how old not old super teams, but like old legendary teams like Lakers, Boston, how they were building, like pulling in superstars from other teams, just like how they've been trying to do, but it failed. But at the same time, he don't see the vision on keeping young teams and going over that tax. But Ressler ain't trying to spend no money unless he's like a big time superstar. And I think that's either going to be his biggest fail or success. But that's depending if we can get somebody down here. But you have to wait on somebody that really want to come to Atlanta, and which still that city.
We got two.
Which Jaylen Brown has already said he wants to next season. But my thing is,
well, that's rumor. That's rumor.
That's not.
But it's not a fact, Gerald. I know you want. I know you want the what they call that, the work side.
Are you the one that leaked?
Yeah, I want.
Okay, I know you want the leak, but I mean, why it makes all the sense in the world. Why would I go into the luxury tax? And I'm Travis, and I got 2 years left on my contract this season and next season. So if I had a choice, why would I go into the luxury tax this year? And if I don't succeed, I'm gonna get fired, and I have all of next season to go into the tax with a coach I actually believe in and is running a system that I agree with, that could probably get the best use of these players that I already drafted. Because to me, he don't believe in Nate because he hasn't changed his drafting philosophy. He drafts the same type of players he was drafting before Nate got here.
What if it's not that? What if it's not that he don't believe in it? What if it's that Nate just isn't conforming to what he's drafting to? Like, he had a vision already, but
Nate is not good. Let me tell you this. Nate is not good. Let me tell you this.
There you go.
Let me tell you.
And then after this, let's switch over to tonight's game, and then let's get ready for tonight's game.
Okay. I'm gonna say this, right? What people have yet to understand, and what I try to explain to people, is probably paying the money in the tax is probably Ressler's last concern. This man is a billionaire. The thing with the luxury tax is, and you have to understand it very well,
billionaires like to keep their money.
That's true too.
That's how they got to $1 billion.
That's true. That's true. But I'm sure it's very low on Ressler's list. When you go into the luxury tax, the ways to add to your roster become very, very minimum. You can no longer go out there and say, well, let's go get this player. Well, why we go get this player? Nah, them days are over. When you go into the tax with a team, that's your team with minimum ads. So you're going to be adding Avery Bradleys and Austin Rivers and stuff. So you can add those players. So that's why Russell and Travis are like, we're not going in unless we feel like we're championship caliber to where we are those small players away. If y'all saying the roster not there yet, why would we go into the luxury tax? And
we agree, analysts.
Yeah.
I disagree with Matt because Matt just put it on the coach.
No, but Gerald,
right.
The thing is,
but Gerald, I never said it was a championship team, but I did say it's better than the 7th or 8th seed.
I did say that too,
but it's still not worth. It's still not worth going into the tax for this roster, even if you had Herder.
You would need Herder, and you would need a great coach to do that. I'm saying,
we got too many variables.
We had that last year.
Well, we got too many variables.
Yeah, I agree. That's why I said we wasn't going to the text, because you had Onyeka, you had Capella. Was Capella going to return to form? Was DeAndre Hunter going to stay healthy for a season? What did Jalen Johnson look like? He haven't played all year. What was Murray and Trey going to look like together? It was a lot of variables.
Does it feel like a lost season?
No, it don't. It's
that's what it's turning into. That's what I think it's turning into.
It's way too early for that. What do we?
Well, then let's get into tonight's game. Well, what do y'all think is the keys for tonight's game?
Scope.
Hey, do like Miami did last year. Delay the game until we get healthy. Remember that protocol? They kept delaying the game.
Say we forfeit. Well, no, don't forfeit. Delay it. Reschedule something. Yeah, postpone.
Yeah, this gonna be ugly.
Oh no, man.
We can do a rain delay.
I think we'll. It's really gonna come down to. Really, I hate to say it, like it really come down to rebounding. If we can, yes, it is.
Yeah.
Because Okongwu gonna have to guard Jokic. And
that's fine.
Gerald, hold on, Gerald.
I feel good about that matchup.
Gerald, let him finish. Hey, Gerald, let him land like this on Clubhouse.
He gonna have to guard Jokic, bro. If he can, he don't have to keep him from the boards. But if Okongwu can just hold his own on the boards, then I feel like we'll have because we'll have an equal amount of possessions.
Because
Didn't Jokic used to wrestle Bears though?
Tonight. I was gonna say, Gerald, say something you can live with after the game when Onyeka show you wrong.
I'm hoping he does. No, I'm saying I hope he does. I said I need 15 rebounds tonight.
No, he's not gonna give you 15 rebounds. I can tell you that right now.
So you don't believe the guy?
What do you think the rotation is gonna look like, man? What do you think that kit?
Can't nobody guess them Nate rotation. Them Nate rotations crazy.
Yeah, we all know Nate rotation, but I believe Krejci might play more.
I think he's gonna start.
That's who need to get some burn. He needs to get some burn.
I mean,
Trent Forrest is out.
He got some in Orlando. He ain't do nothing.
Yeah,
but he needs the burn.
10 minutes.
He kind of looks like Tony Kukoc.
I think he had like 10 minutes. He ain't do nothing.
He didn't do nothing. But hold on, Matt. To that point about Krejci V or whatever his name is, he played a lot better out there in Oklahoma than he playing in Atlanta. And I think that's mainly because we don't play him or even try to get, you know what I'm saying? Like, he ain't even got an established position. He was a point guard out there. You know, he had a certain role. But over here, like a lot of our team, like John and everybody else, they ain't really got no role yet. And that's part of the offensive problem. But he need to get some burn, though.
What it is about Vic?
Whose job is it to define roles?
We ain't gonna go there, man. We ain't gonna go there, man.
Bro, what it is about
What
it is about Vic.
Go ahead, Jared. Yeah.
Vic was playing okay in Oklahoma City because there was no expectations to win.
You can say that. You can say that.
There was no,
but he still ain't got no role here though.
Bro, if he the 11th man on the bench, I don't know what number he is, but he don't play. If he the 10th, 11th man on the bench,
it don't matter though. You can go to him at any
time. It matters tonight.
I'm gonna tell you, bro. You know what his role is? Scout team. in practice.
Bruh.
But
Come
Jared,
on,
but
bruh.
Jared,
Hey,
okay,
guess
Jared,
what?
that's the role.
It's coming back to bite you
Point
tonight. It's
forward.
coming back to bite you tonight because guess what? You gonna have to play him. He's the
Bro,
only.
Yeah, you
even
gonna have
if
to
Vic,
play
bro,
him.
even if Vic had a role, he is not going to make a difference in whether we win tonight or not.
Yes, he is. He may start tonight. This man may start
Hey
tonight.
man,
He's
that's a
the
6'8".
second-
That's a
he's-
6'8" nifty point guard in the NBA. The boy
Hey,
got some skills. He just
No.
ain't.
I
He
ain't
just.
seen no
But
Nick.
I feel.
So let me say
You
this,
know
let
what
me say
Nate
this.
rotation gonna be? It's gonna be
Bruh, it's gonna be
Deontay,
a 5-man
It's gonna
rotation.
be
He can
Murray.
say
It's
he
gonna
started
be
out
Aaron
there.
Holiday. Who else he gonna throw out there?
Justin, is Justin there?
Jared-
Matt, I got a
Justin's
serious
out.
question.
Justin's
Matt, I got a
out.
serious question. Is Nate gonna suit up tonight?
Nate can't even get down the floor, bro. Nate can't even get down the floor.
Nate's gonna play
Hey,
center.
hey, Lou, if he does, and maybe he might unfold his arms then.
I'm about to say Nate don't even want to get out of his seat. Shit, I'd be surprised when he stand up.
He might unfold his arms
Hey,
if he gotta get out there
Hey,
and play.
if my players don't damn listen like a bunch of knuckleheads, the hell I'm gonna do?
No,
Gerald, the
if-
whole
That's true
team don't
too.
listen, Gerald.
No,
Gerald,
if
the whole
I'm the
team don't listen.
players, if I'm the players, I'm looking at my unexpired coach on the sideline. Like, man, I ain't playing hard for this.
Well, he uninspired because I know y'all playing.
Huh?
Y'all the ones getting paid hundreds of millions of dollars. I'm getting
Bro,
paid
I'm getting
$4 million.
Bro,
Y'all
Hey,
motherfuckers supposed
Gerald.
to be inspired.
Hey, Gerald, he getting paid $4 million to do not very much. Okay.
Dude, I'm not gonna put him out there like that. If his message not translating to the court, that's one thing.
Then
But I'm not
fire
gonna
him.
say he don't.
Right. Right.
That's
Okay. How about this?
disrespectful.
It doesn't look like.
But that's what he's saying.
The only
That's
thing
what
you
he's
see,
saying,
the
though.
only thing you see is the product on the court. You don't see what happens in between.
What other product
in
are
between
we
those
looking at? Bruh, if they don't have it on the court, then things need to change until it's happening on the court.
But see, hold on. To that point, that's probably why somebody went to them execs instead of being like, "Hey Nate, why you ain't run no play?"
Bruh.
Like, hey man, you ain't.
Hey,
This-
you
this
know,
I don't know, man. It's weird.
Nate would
It's
have
weird.
said, we
in
want
that
action.
athletic
What are you
article, they
talking
said the
about?
same thing about Lloyd Pierce.
Right.
They said they went to Lloyd Pierce. They asked him why he wasn't running up. They said John Collins went to
Ooh,
Lloyd Pierce.
I remember
asked him
that.
why he wasn't running any plays. And they said Lloyd Pierce stood John Collins up the next day in practice and said, "John, what'd you say about not getting the ball?" That's probably something Nate would do. So of course
I wouldn't say that. I wouldn't say that.
But that's a bitch move.
Because Pierce, after he left, man, he started to show like some real petty qualities. I mean, he was making IG posts and talking crazy. Like Pierce different. Pierce is a lot different than Nate. I think Nate is just in a funk where he didn't even probably really want to coach. He probably don't even know why he's there right now.
You
know what I'm saying? Like
he been taking that money.
How you gonna not talk to the coach but go above his head?
Because
they probably already talked to him.
It happens.
That's the part we don't know, but you can assume it.
Ain't listening.
That's why I don't like that article, because it leaves too much to be it leaves too many holes.
But you know what though? That's for us though. The people on the inside, they know what's going on, so they'll figure it out. But that's just with us though.
I believe the front office leaked that. They wanted that to get out. Same
way they leaked that to that.
Not to that guy, but I'm just saying.
But he the only one reported it.
No. Don't say the front office. Maybe say one person or maybe a person that's an assistant.
Let me say this, bro.
I guarantee you they don't. Listen, I guarantee you they had Steve Koonin on the radio show today, and I guarantee you he didn't say nothing like, "Oh yeah, we want people to know that." Man, hell no, they don't want that out there, man.
No, not as an organization, but I do think some people in the organization.
If he said
right, that's true.
So you gonna believe the dude that's verified by Twitter Blue? You gonna believe him?
Don't it cost $8?
You gonna believe him?
Gerald, everybody, most people, I would say most people, Gerald, even Orlando commentators last game, they said this is a very big game for the Hawks season. And it's a very big game for the coaching staff.
Bro, y'all saying a lot of circumstantial stuff. I said it was a big game too, but y'all saying a lot of circumstantial stuff that don't make it fact. Is all I'm
You know
saying.
what?
Let me
You know
say
what
this.
though? To that point, what I'm gonna wait to see what Brad say about it. If Brad say he ain't heard nothing really credible to it, I
Thank
believe it.
Thank you.
I hear you on that.
Okay, Gerald.
What's the final
What
thought
about
for tonight?
Landry the other day when he talked about the system?
Bro, Landry murdered
It's not.
Nate,
It's
bro.
not the players. It's not the players. It's the system. Seats need to be rearranged. You need to adjust your messaging to make sure you get it across to the players where they can receive it. All that don't sound like it's the players. It sounds
Hey,
like
Matt,
it's,
has
Again,
Landry been arrested yet for murder?
Again, you're assuming y'all act like, bruh, we can't shoot.
Come on, bro.
We can't
Come
shoot the
on,
ball.
Hold on,
Bruh,
That's real.
but
That's
Gerald,
real
wouldn't
though.
he
That's
say?
real.
But Gerald, wouldn't he
and
say? But Gerald, wouldn't he
even
say
if
we
even
missing
if
this
we
dude,
don't
we
do
missing that dude?
even if we don't pass the ball 7 times before we shoot the ball, even if we don't do that, well, we don't. But
Well, Gerald,
even with the
okay,
sense
so we
that
don't shoot, but Trey Young at the end of that Philadelphia game didn't drive the ball when they were in the penalty.
because
So
that's
if
what
we're
Nate
not going to
said
take
to do.
That was a great
Because-
point.
that,
if we're
but
not gonna take
that's not the
advantage
coach
of
though.
That is the coach. You just came
No,
out of
that was a coach.
timeout.
That was a coach.
You just
That
came
was a
out of
coach. And I'm gonna
timeout.
tell you why. Because
fresh out of a
because
timeout.
That's not
when
the coach.
when the man said that, it made me think. It's like, damn, okay, if you're gonna call that timeout and put it in Trey hands, but you are in the penalty, you might be better suited if you give it to Murray because he got more height, he got more length.
Murray don't get to the line.
He ain't got, but he ain't got to necessarily get to the line. But with him driving, it creates a more disadvantage for the defense because they can't stop Murray like they can stop Trey.
And
He
Gerald,
don't
my point
know.
is, Gerald, why did he call the timeout? If
So
you wanted Trey to attack the defense, why not attack it when it's not set? Why call the timeout
Exactly.
to begin with?
Why did you let Doc
So
Rivers
that's
set the
not fair.
defense?
That's
Give a take right there.
That's an instinct thing. You call timeout to advance the ball.
No, bro.
I'm saying, but if the whole, but Gerald, if the whole,
Let me say this because if Nate wouldn't have called a timeout and Trey would have ran down there and did that same bullshit, then y'all would have said, "Why didn't you call a timeout to advance the ball?"
That's
no,
real.
I don't. But,
That's
but
real.
Gerald,
Y'all going off
but
of
Gerald,
hindsight.
but I don't care.
The timeout wasn't bad. The timeout wasn't
I don't
bad.
care about
It's
advancing
the play out.
Here's why I don't care about advancing the ball because it's the last possession. It's 18 seconds left on the shot clock.
Just because you don't care about advancing the ball, don't make it the right play call.
But Gerald, why are you advancing the ball? It's 18. What are you advancing it for? It's 18 seconds on the shot clock.
I mean, that's what I'm saying. The point of that was that somehow the communication's not there. Like they're not working together. So that
right.
But what are y'all final thoughts for tonight? And let's get. I'm down to 5%, so we have to go.
I'll see y'all at 7:30.
I'll say this, right? If everyone on the injury report, if that comes to fruition, I think if we gang rebound, but I said this earlier. If we play good defense tonight and we playing
don't put no pressure on the Kongu.
If we play good defense tonight, here's my starting five. Tonight.
Yeah, who the starting five?
If my injury report, the injury report is all the way right. I say Murray, Aaron, AJ, Vit, and Onyeka. Okay, Vit is 6'8". If you can have good perimeter defense, and then you kind of force the Nuggets to do whatever, I think it would be a real good. If you can hold them like into that 70-80 range going into the fourth quarter, you're in good shape. Okay,
is this a winnable game tonight?
I think it is. I think it is. I think it is.
Oh no.
Possibly, but
I don't think we're gonna win, but I think we can. I think Culver can give us good minutes off the bench. I think Tyrese Martin, big wing, can come in and play well.
These are NBA players.
Yeah, I don't
expect us to win because Nick can't even win with a fully healthy roster, or mostly healthy roster.
But in a game like this, I wouldn't even put that on Nate. Like,
sometimes
these players, sometimes, no. But no, what I'm saying though is sometimes players in these situations they just rise up and play hard, man. They can come out with a win.
Miami won with 6 guys who we didn't even know their names. The most notable guy was Max Strus, and Spoelstra had them playing hard, and they won. They won.
I
And they
don't
were
know.
playing hard.
I just think I think it's time for a change, and I think the guys just they play like it's time for a change. So
Yeah, they're ready for it.
Yeah,
But that's the same, man. I don't.
It feels like it's gonna be one.
Nate got to go. Nate got to go.
Yeah.
I'll tell you this. I'm looking
All right,
for
guys.
what
Well,
you call
we
it
gotta
tonight,
go
man.
as
I
well.
want to see Tyrese Martin have a good game tonight.
I
That's
do
what I
too.
want to
I
see.
think that's a good call, too.
And Vic Krejci.
Yeah, me too. Me too. Well, hey, I'll see y'all later. I'm
Yeah.
gonna definitely hop back on when the show starts. And this is gonna be a fun one to watch.
All right.
All right, big dog.
All right, cheers, y'all.
All right, see if you can end it.
Yeah.